Hello, my name is Shachar Lubin, but everyone calls me Shay. It's easier. 6 years ago I fell in love with a city. Hanoi has caught my heart. It's been many years now, but I never get bored with its constantly changing, adapting, shifting and exciting cuisine. A cuisine that, like the people themselves, never stands still. A city has many clocks for life and for people. There are times you have to rush to work or school, and there are times you just want to sit down and relax with a nice cup of coffee. Food is the same. There are times for eating a nice bowl of noodles, times for rice, and time for a steak dinner. When you spend a whole day in Hanoi, one of the things you notice the most is how the food scene changes from one hour to the next, just like the traffic. It's morning rush hour in Hanoi, but as busy as modernized as Hanoi's become, traditional breakfast habits are slow to change. With modernity comes stress. It's 7:30 in the morning and everybody's in a rush. Kids are rushing to get to school, young adults are rushing to get to work, and the parents are rushing to get what they think is the most important meal of the day, breakfast, into the kids' stomach before getting them to school so they can study and succeed with life. The pace of life is quick, and parents get children their breakfast in shops right around the school. Breakfast items vary from noodles to sticky rice to stuffed steamed rice crepes or bancorn and to bread. Some students are in such a hurry they don't sit down to eat at all, but just grab a box of milk for the morning's calorie needs. In the middle of a maelstrom of Hanoi's morning rush, I find an island of calm for myself, with a dish popular with both young children and the elderly. I sit down at Chi Ha's Chow Suon store. Ha's porch isn't famous outside her neighborhood, but she isn't different than the many other hard-working women in the city who can whack a pot on the street and start serving breakfast. Hot and steamy, chow, Vietnamese rice porridge or soup. This is great as it's a little cold out here. Everybody likes it, children, old people. And if you had a little too much to drink the night before, this is great. Got a little bit of pork in it, some donuts. It's gonna really warm up my inside. Every morning from 6 to 8 a.m., Ha set up a pot of rice porridge to feed breakfast to the neighborhood. I love how she always smiles at customers and passerbys, while her hands have a life of their own, agilely chopping ingredients and ladling chow. Adult breakfast time is a little bit late compared to the children, of course. As I pass through an alley where people are serving pho bo, a very famous breakfast in Hanoi, I see a mother enjoying a bowl with her carriage behind her, and a couple ordering their favorite food after dropping their beloved kid at school. This scene reminds me of the pure and simple joy that people here have in the morning, and I suddenly have a craving for a bowl of another Hanoi specialty. Guess what that dish is? I'm trying a mot bat buntang. Okay. Now this is a very complex dish, got a lot of ingredients he's going to be putting in there. He's going to be warming up some noodles right now. Just a little bit so they stay a little crunchy and not overly cooked. And he has a lot of ingredients here to add for me. He's adding some chicken. He has some shredded egg. This is a very special ingredient. It's like a dry radish. He rehydrated. It's going to have a little bit of a tangy flavor and a little bit of this kind of ham, pork kind of thing. And then ton of herbs, because in Hanoi you can never have too little herbs. Now the most important thing for me when I eat noodles is the broth, and this broth smells amazing. He's also throwing a few meatballs in there, I see, and some mushrooms. So every bite's gonna be different because there's about 5 million things in this. It's gonna taste amazing. Let me try not to burn myself. One of the things I like about Vietnamese food is that it's kept open. The flavor is really up to the customer to finish. I have some citrus, all kind of chilies, fresh, in sauce, a little bowl of fish sauce. I definitely like it spicy, so I'm gonna add quite a bit of this chili. Mix it in. Now a little trick people don't know. When I squeeze my citrus, I squeeze it into the spoon, and then I block and keep the seeds out. And a little bit more chili because I want to warm up. It's a little cold out here. Phenomenal. Breakfast time for Hanoi is often finished before most foreigners have even gotten up and had their morning coffee. By 9 a.m., most popular street stalls are normally closed already or are quickly running out of food. Chiha, the chow suey seller I met earlier, is now at her flat, which is in the first floor of a small building in a residential quarter, not far from her store. She is cooking a pot of a different kind of perch meat for the afternoon market. This time it isn't pork rib meat with the rice, but a shellfish called chai, a kind of freshwater oyster.
Gọi dậy từ 4 rưỡi sáng, còn mình dậy từ 5 giờ là hàng đâu ạ. Làm chai rất lâu, mấy tiếng mới xong. Có chai thường bán cho thanh niên, công nhân viên đi làm về ăn từ 5 giờ đến 7 giờ.
The shellfish is highly nutritious and full of vitamins. Many Vietnamese people believe that it can help improve their health and is particularly beneficial for children. While Hai is slicing shallots, her husband scissors the oyster flesh into small pieces. Chiha browns the sliced shallots in oil. She then adds the oyster pieces into the sizzling and aromatic onion pan. The shallots and oysters flavor will come together well before Chiha will put them into the boiling pot of curd. This herb is called zao zao. Vietnam has a rich abundance of herbs, and Vietnamese cooks use them wisely in their food, always matching the right herb with the right preparation, even for a simple dish as sao chai. It is simple, but the taste is really good and balanced. The ratio of ingredients is key and have been preserved in the family for dozens of years. What a beautiful couple. Now that they finished cooking this, they're gonna put it away. In about 4 hours, they're gonna start selling it to some lucky people in the neighborhood. Putting smiles on people's faces, which is what cooking is all about. Now, I've had quite a bit to eat this morning, so I'm quite full. Before lunch, I'm gonna walk around this beautiful city a little bit and build an appetite.